Oh my god. It is 2 hours later, and I am still, like, the hype. Yeah, for those of you who didn't see last night, I think the general consensus around the internet was, PlayStation was very weak. Ubisoft was good, but it was the best of the consoles, but that wasn't saying much. Everybody else was kind of this year, very meh year, and we were like, I guess we'll watch Nintendo. And Nintendo came hard. They, that opening with, where they just did the quick teases. Oh, by the way, Rocket League's coming to Switch. Oh, by the way, FIFA's coming to Switch. And then, Splatoon and ARMS and Pokken and all that other stuff. And then they went right into the announcement, just bam, 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 bam. Like, when we went into this, I was like, I kept telling people online, I'm like, alright, it's 5 minutes, or 25 minutes. If you give each game, like, a hardcore, in-depth 5-minute preview, 4 or 5 games, that seems about right. Like, that will do enough to get you to the end of the year. Maybe they'll talk about Virtual Console, but I doubt it. And then Nintendo was just like, boom, 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 bam, boom. The first one was Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it is coming this holiday season, which, and again, I did the math, we'll talk about it at the end, but basically the only empty spot is November and December, so I feel like because the last one came out in December, that feels like a good December game, so that's probably going to be December, but it could be either or. I don't think they're going to double dip, because we'll get into it later, there's already a game in October. But yeah, so Xenoblade Chronicle 2, it is anime as fuck. I don't understand what was going on, but it does show Nintendo's trying to make this thing, because this is the third game. They're really trying to, I'm sure fans will love it. And then after that, they talked about Kirby. They did have a title which is called Kirby, but the cool thing is, the main reason I'm appealed to the Switch and why after the last few days I'm so excited to get the Switch is both A, the portability factor, and B, the fact that you have the 2 Joy-Cons, so you can just play anywhere with friends, whatever. And I think Kirby is like a perfect game like that, where I don't give 2 shits about Kirby. The last Kirby game I played hardcore was Kirby Nightmare into Dreamland on the Game Boy Advance. And I was perfectly fine, because the rest of Kirby is like, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. But this one is a perfect example where I can buy it and then just bring it to work, bring it to a friend's house, to wherever, and just go like, oh hey, you want to play this new Kirby game with me? And that's like a perfect portable, that's a game you can play for 5 minutes or like a couple hours. It's not that hard, so kids and adults can play that. It's a perfect portable multiplayer game. And then afterwards, they talked about Pokken a little bit, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and then fucking blew the lid off the internet with a core Pokemon is going to be developed for Switch. Obviously, it is just going to be, there's nothing, like literally nothing, there's just a guy at a table just working like, yep, we're doing it, it's happening. So that's awesome, but, yeah, just... again, we know nothing. The internet's gonna go rampant for like the next few years till we do. I'm hoping for the Breath of the Wild open world exploration. Just use whatever you want Pokemon for. Console game we've been wanting for years. But even if it's just the next Pokemon on Switch with prettier graphics and maybe a little more gameplay, that's fine. Because again, Pokemon is gonna sell gangbusters. So the Switch, and then after the core Pokemon, Metroid Prime 4. It's awesome, it's amazing. Again, just the logo, and as the news is still coming out. This is why I waited, because I needed to breathe. I was just like screaming, I was like rolling all over the floor, it's like jumping in joy. So I needed time to breathe, to relax, to like take stuff in, and as I have, like, there's been news coming out, like, Metroid Prime is not being developed by Retro, but it's still new Metroid. And then here was a paper Yoshi game, like a cardboard Yoshi 2018. That's awesome. Again, I'm not a Yoshi fan, but the idea of having 2-player Yoshi anywhere, or even if, you know, like, for example, normally right now, if you want to play a game on your friend with PS4, it's like either come to my house or go online, and you both have to buy it. Here, like, if a friend wanted to say, like, buy me a Switch game, and then we could play together, as opposed to me having to buy a Switch game, see how it is, and then recommend it to him. So yeah, Yoshi's cool. Phone's dying. Then they also talked about Fire Emblem Warriors, this coming 2018. Not much, it's got a little bit more. It looks a little bit like Fire Emblem Heroes in terms of the story, about bringing different Fire Emblem characters from different dimensions, so I wonder if that's going to play into it anyway. But, oh, that was awesome. Then they talked more about the Zelda DLC. The missions are going to be like Eventide Island type missions, where you just basically have this whole chamber with like a forest or a lava or whatever. Basically challenge rooms, as opposed to the challenge rooms in or the shrines in the main game, where they are just static metal things. These ones have rocks and lava and dirt and pillars and all this other, like, they're different challenge rooms basically. So that looks cool. And then they also talked about the new armors, the new customs, all that stuff. And then he briefly mentioned that the second DLC, the story DLC, is going to be a prequel, or it's gonna focus on the champions, of each of the races. So that's awesome. And each champion is getting their own amiibo, which I'm like, oh, so I went from not wanting an amiibo to now wanting like 4 or 5 amiibos, because I want the Breath of the Wild for Skyrim, and then I want all these guys. They briefly just talked about Rabbids, like blah 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 Rabbids. We already previewed yesterday. Rabbids is thing. We're excited. Quickly moved past that. They then talked about Rocket League. That was awesome, and it's crossplay with Xbox. So now both Minecraft and Rocket League are crossplay with Xbox. Really sucks that PlayStation is not jumping in on this. I know there's a whole complicated mess of like why they should, why they shouldn't. Do they need to? Do they not? Like blah 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 blah. But fact of the matter is, it's so awesome that Switch is doing that, and they have Mario hats and Luigi's hats and different stuff, and all the DLC that's been done so far is going to be there day one, so it's not like the Switch is going to be behind. That's awesome. And then they quickly showed Mario Odyssey, which I literally stopped my notes halfway through, because it was like, you can put your hat on like any enemy, any object, so cars, dinosaurs, Goombas, bullet bills, Big Berthas, statues, rockets, lampposts, anything. You can wear different outfits, and Mario had a sombrero hat. He was in his like American suit. He had like a wedding one with like a top hat and all that. So different outfits. 2D Mario, like a Link Between Worlds, where he can go on the wall, and there was all that. And my notes just ran out because there's so many awesome stuff in it. Paulina's in it. Peach is I could honestly spend like 20 minutes just talking about this one game. The short version is, it's awesome, it's great, it looks like a fantastic Mario game. I don't remember the last time I was this excited for a Mario game since probably Sunshine. Because again, I liked Galaxy was cool, 3D World was cool, 3D Land was cool, all the past Mario games, okay, cool, it's a Mario game, it'll be good, I'll pick it up, I'm not going to be upset. Sunshine was the last Mario game, I was like, yes, this is awesome, I love the open world and all that, and this is basically returning to that. But yeah, so Nintendo saved E3 because last night I woke up, I recorded PlayStation 1, and even though I was groggy, it was just like, yeah, that's neat. And then people were saying like, oh, like, I was talking to people online, and they were saying like how, they were asking, is anyone excited for Days Gone? And I'm like, I'm definitely more excited for it than I was before, but that's still like, yeah, that's the same thing, where it's like, yeah, that looks good, I guess I can pick it up. Or it's one of those things like, oh, Days Gone is on sale for $15, yeah, I guess I'll pick it up. Well, meanwhile, the Switch, like, I want Zelda Skyrim. Again, I've never played Skyrim, so I'm a little bit biased, but I want Zelda Skyrim, I want Odyssey, I want Rocket League, I want, Fire Emblem, I want, Pokken, I want, Minecraft, I want, like, all these portable games. So, yes, Nintendo did. The short version is Nintendo convinced me to buy a Switch after this week. Where before I was like, again, I have a Wii U, I don't need to buy Zelda for a Switch for that. I have, that's probably my phone dying. Oh, nope, it's just a Texamundo. Professionalism. No, but yeah, so that's the true story. I think Nintendo won because PlayStation. The big game for me was Red Dead, and when that got pushed, I now have this gap where I'm like, really get this fall, like. And yesterday I was like, I guess I'll get Assassin's Creed Origin. But honestly, I was looking more forward to go into my backlog than really buying anything new. And Nintendo not only convinced me there's awesome games for the Switch. Now again, I'm not going to buy a Switch right now today. I'll see, because they didn't put a release date on Skyrim, and Mario is October. So, you know, I might wait till Black Friday, obviously, because cheapskate. But the fact still remains. Nintendo got me to buy a Switch today. I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen by the end of the year. The rest is just the wear and the red. So, the fact Nintendo did that shows, I don't think I can give it any bigger compliment than that. Nintendo won E3, not just because of their presentation, not because of the announcements. Oh, and I totally forgot, like, afterwards, like, that was just Switch stuff, and then immediately afterward they announced that they're doing Metroid 2, the Game Boy one, the original Game Boy, black and white one. They're doing a remake of that for 3DS. That's awesome. With awesome Metroid amiibo, so there's like a Samus one, a Metroid one. That looks awesome. There's another 2 to the list. So yeah, Nintendo won it, not because what they announced. I think they just got me the most hyped, where PlayStation was like, God of War's coming, Spider-Man's coming, Days Gone's coming. Oh yeah, we got Assassin's Creed, or Uncharted, and I was like again, Uncharted, I looked at it and I was just like, I guess I'll get it. I mean, it comes with Jack, if you pre-order it, that's cool, I guess. But, and again, and that's a cool thing, is we still have the whole rest of the year where, they talked about their Netflix tie-up online thing. It's only $20, all that, so I am excited to get back into Nintendo, because again, I own a Wii U and I own a 3DS, but I really bought those for 2 or 3 games, and I was like, they've just been sitting there. So yeah, I'm so happy to be a Nintendo fan. Yeah, so Nintendo won E3, and that will do it for this year. I don't know, I might do a wrap-up video, maybe, but for now, it's easily safe to say Nintendo won it. Ubisoft had a great showing, and Bethesda would have been second if they had not leaked all their stuff. Besides that, yeah, so I have been Viral Vinny. I hope you enjoy your E3. I hope we get a bunch of another amazing announcements throughout the week. And I will see you guys next time.